Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today we have the Kartik with us. So before Kartik gives his introduction, he is the person जिसके साथ मैंने लास्ट 7-8 महीने काम किया है एंड वी हैव बोथ वर्क टुगेदर ऑन माय यूट्यूब चैनल ऑन द कंटेंट यू हैव सीन ऑन द थंबनेल्स ऑन द एडिट्स ऑन द GDPI course everything and the last time he was in my GDPI course and this is what makes it special. The video is very special for me because last time वो मैं GDPI course में था, उसके पास एक दो ठीक कॉल थे एंड I told him to trust me and not take this call, work with me, and we'll get something better. And he took that plunge on me, on himself definitely as well, but on me as well. And he secured 98.4 or 5 as far as I remember. And he has got from almost all the colleges. ऑलमोस्ट ऑल नहीं बट ठीक है काफी सारे कॉलेजेस जो जिंदगी बदल सकते हैं. And now he's preparing again with me in the GDPI course, and he has already given CAP and Shillong interview. So today he'll be telling about Shillong interview, what were the questions asked, what he felt कि क्या अच्छा हुआ क्या गलत हुआ, what could have been improved better. But I'll before yes, I'll hand it over to Kartik. Kartik, you can first definitely say about your profile. बहुत लोगों को मन करता है अपना कैट का परसेंटाइल बताओ, प्रोफाइल बताओ, and then let's get into what Shillong asked you. Does that seem right?
Yes. Is my audible clear? I think there's some internet connection issue.
Yes. Go
Okay.
ahead.
Okay, I'm
हाँ,
Karthik.
perfect.
My profile is basically 83, 90, and 8.11. Okay. Then I scored some 98.42 in CAT with my highlight being 99 plus percentile in quants. That was a very special thing for me. Then after that, I have workex of about 7 months with Hemant only. So I've like that doesn't count, but still it does. And apart from this, I am a BCom grad, so non-engineer. And that is it. Profile.
Chalo. So when did you have your Shillong interview, and according to you, how did it go?
Okay, so the interview was on 8th Feb in Mumbai, and that was my first interview of this season, and was very nervous about it. But then when I went there, was told that there's a GD and then there will be PI. Went into the GD room where there were some 10 people around, and I was the first person in the entire panel. And then they gave us a case-based GD, which we actually did practice in the cohort as well. It was a case about Arjun Malik and his company, and then how our company is looking for two things, which is sustainability plus supporting local artisans. And in that field, our company is situated, and then we have to figure out uh, how to grow right now. We are facing some financial issues. So, abhi kya kar sakte hain hum, basically. Now,
Mm-hmm.
it was very clear, and it was very elongated, the topic. Then when the CD started, they were told ki 3 minutes of thinking time plus 12 minutes of discussion. So everyone was reading and all. I was making some PowerPoints as well. Then started the GD. I only introduced, did not take a chance with letting anyone else because it's important. आपसे ही सीखा है. देन हाँ स्टार्ट किया. बहुत बड़ा था वो तो इसलिए उसको बहुत शॉर्ट में एक्सप्लेन किया एंड देन कह दिया कि वी शैल डिस्कस अबाउट इट एंड देन एक दो ये पॉइंट्स भी रख दिए. देन इट बिकेम लाइक मुझे लगा अच्छे से जाएगा, एवरीवन मस्ट बी प्रिपेयर, शिलोंग का इंटरव्यू है. बट इट वाज chaotic. Someone like one person after me started just telling random things, and it went on like 2 minutes approx it took. And then after that everyone felt ki, no, I also want to contribute, I also want to contribute. So it was like chaotic after that. Then that there was particular one girl who was just in her own zone. She was debating among students, taking like constant entries one after the other. And yeah, I mean, she did not let many people talk. One guy was there, he did not speak at all. He could not speak even one sentence. And then I took second entry almost like at the end. where I also mentioned, like, no one was mentioning current affairs and the current geopolitics events. So I mentioned the EU free trade agreement with India. Like, then that was a highlight. So I added a new perspective in the GD, and then she again started countering me. But then the panelists were like, "Okay, we're done." Abruptly, they ended the discussion, and no one was able to conclude. So yeah, that was it. And then we were told to wait outside. I was the first person to get interviewed as well. So I went in. The first thing asked me, show us a document. And that was the document verification. They were only doing it. So first question they asked was, how are EU and China tension? Like why are there tensions between these two? I think they picked it up from my GD only. So I explained ki because of like uh, China follows some conservative policies, and how EU is also trying to like work into sustainability and green manufacturing processes. So they are putting out carbon taxes and all. So I think these two that I highlighted, and then they were like, ki, okay, theek hai. And then the interview like started, ki, let's discuss about your workex. So I think they were a little confused because it's a very non-traditional workex. They did not,
Mm-hmm.
I think, came across with it. And then they were curious, ki, how does YouTube, how do you help him? Uh, your channel, what's my role in it, and right now what we are doing. So I explained him ki I work on YouTube, work on community building on Instagram and on WhatsApp. Then how we are currently running a GDPI course of like about more than 160 people. So थोड़ा उनके लिए intriguing था. It was not more
Mm-hmm.
like कि uh, no grilling, but like they were more questioning because they were curious, I think. Then that got
ठीक है.
over. Then they came on. एक second. हाँ, so while the answer was there, I told कि like मैंने edtech का use किया था word because I think it is related to edtech only. So they were like okay, let's talk about edtech. What is edtech? Uh, how does edtech fit in the Indian industry, Indian market? What is its current like कैसा चल रहा है अभी industry?
Mm-hmm.
And tell us three players in it. Then what is the issue this industry is facing? एंड इस पे थोड़ा सा डिस्कशन चला 3 1 मिनट लगभग. देन देन इट वेंट टू, हाँ, देन थोड़ा सा कैट्स पे आ गए कि व्हाट आर फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट्स, व्हाट आर देयर पर्पस, एंड हाउ डू दे लिंक. And I think that was the same question I was faced in twice during our mock PI by Rishik and by Akash. So I was very prepared for it. Like makhan sa de diya answer. But then
बढ़िया.
they were like, are there any other type of statements? Which I got confused because they were asking in a very long sentence, and I got confused. I didn't understand what the question was about. I asked for clarity, but then same thing happened. So then they were like, okay, let it be. We'll talk about some other issues like cost management and accounting management. So
Mm.
यहाँ पे आई थिंक थोड़ा सा मैं फंबल कर गया. द लिटरल आंसर फॉर दिस कॉस्ट अकाउंटिंग वाला वाज कि cost accounting is the accounting of cost, and they smiled a little bit. But then yeah, I mean, management accounting, then I explained in detail. That was a
Takes me back to my K interview.
yeah, I
बार चार्ट
remember.
में बार बनता है, लाइन चार्ट में लाइन बनता है.
Same moment happened. Then they were like, yeah, so now the second panelist, he took over. एंड अगेन फिर थोड़ा सा वो जियो पॉलिटिक्स एंड वर्ल्ड अफेयर्स पे चला गया कि थोड़ा उन्होंने क्वेश्चन समझाया कि राइट नाउ सिंस देयर आर मेनी वॉर्स हैपनिंग, द यूएस वेनेजुएला
Mhm.
क्राइसिस, यूक्रेन रशिया, then there are some already war going on in Ghana and all. So he said, why do this war happen? Like it caught me off because I was not expecting these kind of questions on geopolitics. But still, like since I've read a lot of like, especially that document that we made with our own like हमने सबने जब contribute किया था mentees ने, and that helped actually क्योंकि मेरा one of the topic was कि BRICS and how it is contributing to the world order, and उसमें मैंने
Mhm.
actually wars के बारे में बहुत mention किया था. तो उन्होंने पूछे कि 5 pointers बताओ. I told a few of them. I think two were very vague, but three were good enough. So in between also उन्होंने counter questions पूछे in the same answer, but they did not let me like speak. Don't explain, just go on with your answer. And then same like similar question asked कि okay, what solution would you provide for the current Russia Ukraine, because it has been going on for a long time. So tell me 5 pointers. What would you say to these leader and to these countries if you had been in this position? So again, told a few of them. And then he started questioning, aren't these already being taken
ठीक
taken
है.
care by US president and all? So उसमें भी मैंने थोड़ा बहुत like भजन किया कि नहीं, it is not like that. They have alternative motive to these cessation talks and all. So they were like, हाँ, But हाँ, एक था like they did not show any facial expressions throughout the GD, throughout the mock, throughout the PI. And I think
So
that was like very,
there's a word for it, by the way. It's called poker face.
poker face, yes. And that was, I think, same one which Rishik did to me throughout the entire mock PI that I took with him. He had a very like straight, like if I were to imagine the emoji, a circle and then this dash and then this. That was the complete face of the same interview as well. So did not understand if I'm going in the right direction or not. But still, yeah, I mean, I finished the answer. Then they came on to guesstimate. I did
Mm-hmm.
practice in some, because again, same, both the mock PI I took, I was asked guesstimates in each of them. And here also, they said, ki, okay, this is your bottle. It's branded as Kartik. And in your own hometown, you have to sell it. How many realistically can you sell these bottles in your entire district? And I took on like some 40 seconds to think about it, some jotted down some points. But he was like, quickly, I just need a brief answer, a very small answer. So I took it in the same guesstimate issue. Ki I'll consider the population, the top-down approach. But they were like,
Right.
"Ki don't go into so much detail. Just come on like common point." And that like a little shook me off, क्योंकि I was thinking कि बहुत अच्छे से जाना है. But then आखिरी में आने के बाद I got fumbled and I forgot about the brand name, about this is mine, and I told about the total estimation of consumption of my hometown city Akola. So they were like, okay, okay, ठीक है, ठीक है, ठीक है. So they asked me, do you have any other hobbies or you pursue in your free time? I said, yeah, I do editing, thumbnails and all, and took one advice from you to take the thumbnail printouts. And I asked him, can I show you my some work I have brought in? And so they, yeah, sure, sure. So I showed them to, I only handed it to one of them, and the other one like went in, okay, 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 show, show, show. And they were both like, ऐसा देख रहे थे. I think they were quite curious about these thumbnails. So yeah, I mean that's how
Mm-hmm.
it ended. I think it ended on a positive note only. They asked me to take a toffee with me, and yeah, went outside. I think I felt really good coming out of that room.
Great, great experience, yeah. So tell me, like, what according to you could have been better? I think one of it is obviously being a bit more mindful about the question, वो guesstimate वाला.
हाँ,
ठीक है. एंड सेकंड, इफ यू डोंट नो 5 पॉइंट, तो आई थिंक आप 3 पॉइंट में ही बोल सकते थे कि these are three most impactful point that I have in my mind. Maybe I think that could have given a better impression, but समझ आता है उस समय अंडर प्रेशर नहीं कर पाते चीज़ों को. What according to you could have done better to make it all work better?
okay. Three things. First is guesstimates practice, but in a way कि you can directly come on approximations rather than going in very much detail, because they don't want the other candidate to take so much time. Then second thing was ki work on answer framing. The not the HR questions. I'm very well prepared for that. But I think a lot of interviewers are skipping that HR questions and they want to know ki in situational how are you performing. So that's why they ask a little different question rather than directly ki where do you work, what do you work. They'll ask you some different question. So that I think वो prepare करना जरूरी है मेरे लिए अभी, because to explain my situation to them in a very few words is crucial. Third thing was uh, to uh, guesstimate. Then this, I feel, I had that in mind. Okay, wait.
इट्स ओके कार्तिक, हो
हाँ
सकता
ओके।
है भूल गए हो। बट ये बताओ, शिलोंग के बाद कैप
जैप।
was your jap. Okay, jap was
जैप
your
यस।
next interview. What learnings did you carry into the jap interview that worked out well for you?
Okay. First was be confident. Like I was a little nervous in the Shillong interview because I was the first candidate. So a little fumbling was there. But Jap I was very confident throughout the interview process. I had a little smile, not a lot, but yeah. And then I was like hand movements in the Shillong interview. I had a little reserved on my own seat, but Jap mein I took some space for me as well. And ACADS brush up कर लिए थे. Plus the we had, I think I remember, on 10th February at night, Krishna took one geopolitics session, and there we discussed in depth many topics we discussed. And he also taught us perspective thing that I was very well prepared for that. But Kismet ka khel hai, they did not ask me a single question on geopolitics or world affairs. I was very prepared for that. But these learnings I took with me, although the interview went very south uh, from my expectation, but yeah, I was prepared for it.
Okay, anything from the jap interview that you would like to tell here, or topic for a different video?
I think it was a very weird kind of interview. So let's keep it for another one, not here. Let's keep it on the high end. My interview for Geelong went well.
Chalo, great. And yes, guys, so we have 10 seats left. Sorry, 4 seats left. Yeah, I was like 10 seats, itna, sir, 4 seats left in our elite. And we have personal mentors, everything that would you would require to, pass on any interview. And if you think you are prepared, or if any of your recent interviews went bad, then this is a wake up call for you to not wait more and get some guidance, because this is not just about spending a bit of money, but about you saving your 1 year and trying, sorry, trying to get into a college for which you have been trying for the last 1 year. And I would also go on to say that you have been trying for it for quite long, because आपने अपना 10 12 ग्रेड अच्छा लिया, ग्रेड में भी काम किया, वर्केक्स भी लिया अगर आपने लिया. So there's just so many factors that have contributed to you getting the call, but there's just one factor that will contribute to you not getting the admission, which is you being underprepared. So don't let that happen. Be prepared enough कि आप किसी भी situation को face कर सको. And we'll ensure that if you are with us. That is not an issue. But yes, thank you so much, Karthik, for taking out time. Any final words?
Thank you, Hemant, for this session. I felt good. Like last words would be ki it helped the mock PIs I took and this mentoring that you did. Uh, Very similar to what I experienced in the PI as well. So it does help to have someone mentor you from the institution that they went to. So yeah, if you are really looking for some guidance, I think this is because you get a personal mentor. I think that helped me a lot. So if you
Great.
anyone's looking for it, I think this is the perfect place.
That I think nothing is perfect, but let's trying to be close to perfect. Thank you so much, Karthik. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. I hope you had a delightful, takeaway from this session. And we'll bring in more videos. So just stay tuned. Thank you.
Thank you.